Hi everyone, I've just recorded a video on creative relationships and what the term means to me and how I work with it. And I'm going to tell you my journey. So my journey, comes from a long-term relationship, a beautiful partnership where I felt I was going to stay and continue to develop until the end of my days. And we started really what felt right, with openness, authenticity, or whatever we consider it to be, really honesty at that time. And we were open, we were young, we wanted to bring the best out of each other. It was just beautiful. And then, 12 years later, things looked very different than they looked in the beginning. We didn't have the skills to deal with it. We didn't have the opportunity, perhaps. And above all, we found the need to take a different course in our lives. And that's how I came out from a very shocking place, although in full agreement, I was shocked. And in that shock, there was one thing I knew, which was I am not able, I have no interest on doing the same again. We start with these beautiful first moments, and if we're lucky, those first in love moments, they last for years, and then very often they fade away, and in the worst scenario they turn exactly into the opposite, where love, it's actually hard to find in between the lines. I was so scared of meeting someone who would not tell me what they felt. I was so scared to not be able to tell my feelings and my sensations for fear of being judged and abandoned and humiliated, that I just kept looking into how can I, from the word go, know, or at least try to establish the relationship of honesty, connection with the other. How would it be if I can be in a relationship that, although sometimes is not going to be all fairy and roses, that there is going to be confrontation of opinions, there's going to be conflict? How can I know that within those circumstances I am still connected and I am still supported and I'm still witnessed and I'm still loved? And this really needed me to grasp, to learn, to practice, to keep finding people who are on the same journey, so I could really develop a totally different set of skills. The skills to be with myself to begin with, the skills to witness, to discover, to go on this journey without obsession, but with, above all, curiosity. And then, having given myself the time to come with that curiosity for the other. So there's so much that needs to be developed and shifted and awakened. This is awakened, because actually I believe that most of us know that there are amazing ways to connect with each other. Yeah. Sometimes it's tough because our background, the traumas of our childhood, or not having references of amazing relationships around us, it's tough. It's difficult to imagine that our relationships can actually be, wow, this expansive, this real, this human. And but it's the way to go forward. And also, sometimes it becomes a no choice path for some of us, and that was for me. I had to maintain sanity, and I didn't have availability of time to waste in repeating the old patterns. I had a small daughter to take care of, and I had to bring the best out of me, and I really wanted to feel taken care by others too. So yeah, it was an amazing journey that it keeps going. And I can tell you that it will never stop, because each person I meet needs me to keep reminding myself of this, to keep practicing my skills, to bring the best and to be curious about the other. My journey also brought gradually more and more this subject into my own work, culminating with the training as a facilitator of authentic relating, which is a technology that is just amazing to apply in these own relationships that we establish. And it's actually incredibly to teach. I love it. So I've gradually included this more and more and more in my natural health therapy profession. And I really become a relationship consultant by demand. And I really like, because that keeps me evolving and inspires me to live my life as someone who belongs to the same community of people who see that it's possible to bring the best, to bring the real, the ugly, to bring who we really are onto our relationships and still feel loved. And for me, the ultimate realization I had in the last year is that this is a wonderful way of being in the world, because I do believe that this, by being aware of how I establish relationships with others, then I become more aligned with the type of world that I would like to contribute to. A world where people are connected, where people are listened, where different opinions can be taken into consideration, and really significantly that we hold space for each other, that we develop this intimacy, so that we discover each human being as a unique manifestation that will lead us to really be able to design a world where wars will be pretty unlikely. And so I have this way of being militant for a peaceful, harmonious, prosperous, healthy, natural, balanced world. And this is one of the ways that I find myself on this journey of improving the way I can relate with others as a citizen in the world. So yeah, we'll love to hear from you. So stay connected.